called Stuart. That's my wife over there, Jaqueline. No reasonable offer refused.
I'm the Oracle.
All right. What's that, nickname?
Reigning Lancashire pub quiz champion. Unbeaten since 1993.
All right. Smashing. You here with the wife?
No, my mum.
Oh, I see. Is she okay?
Yeah, she always looks like that.
Have you ever tried home brew?
No.
Well, I've got a couple of demi-johns of barley wine in the conservatory that'll be vying for my attention when I get home. Yes, a few of the lads round, open a few bottles of home brew, loosen up. You know what I mean?
My mum doesn't like having a lot of people in the house.
Oh, really? I'm very lucky in that respect. Jaqueline is very accommodating. Very accommodating. Yes. Night before we flew out, I had 6 of the lads round, the crazy gang. All good lads, you know. The thing is, if you've got a beautiful wife, to me it would seem churlish to keep it to yourself. Mind you, at the end of the night, her vagina looked like a pair of padded coat hangers. I had to pay for extra leg room for her on the plane.
I best check on me, mum.
Yeah, make sure she's still breathing.
Hello, love. Sorry to bother you.
Hello there.
Well, hello, how are you? I've been meaning to come over and apologise at some point.
Apologise?
Yes, I do believe I spat on you at breakfast.
Did you?
Yes, totally unintentional, you understand. I was at the buffet and I turned my head slightly to spit out a tiny bit of eggshell, and, well, you were just outside my peripheral vision, and I believe it landed in your hair.
Oh, well, we're on holiday, aren't we?
My philosophy exactly. I'm Donald, and this is Jaqueline.
Well, I'm Madge.
Madge, lovely name.
Enjoying your holiday, Matt?
Oh, yes, lovely bit of sun. You don't get this in Manchester.
Was that where you're from, Manchester?
Well, not originally, but it's where we live now.
We used to travel down to Manchester. We had a couple of musician friends, Keith and Eunice Piggott. You might have heard of them, the Blue Notes.
No. Do you mean the ink spots?
No, the Blue Notes. Very big on the Belgian jazz scene. They were a lovely, broad-minded couple, weren't they?
Oh, yes. We did a lot of very good home movies with them.
Yes, very versatile couple. That would be when? Late 60s?
Oh, I was in my prime then, the swinging 60s.
Oh, right. Bit of a swinger, were you?
Oh, yes, 40 years ago. Mind you, I've not lost it. I reckon once a swinger, always a swinger, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, aye, I could kick my legs up with the best of them. Don't think 'cause I'm in a chair, I'm past it.
Oh, I'm sure you're not. We had a lovely couple from the Black Country staying with us before we came away. She was 58, had a plastic hip, but that didn't stop her going like the clappers, did it?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, you've got plenty to read. That's good here, isn't it? I brought 3 magazines with me and I've gone through them like a dose of salt.
Oh, here, take a couple. I've got a stack of them in the apartment.
Oh, thanks, love. I don't want you to think that's all I come over for.
Not at all. Plenty more where they came from.
Nancy Friday, women on top. It's not one of them feminist jobs, is it? I can't be doing with that. Load of hairy lesbians trying to do their own plumbing.
No, it's more, well, fantasy.
Oh, not that Lord of Your Rings rubbish. Someone in the pub gave us that on DVD. All you could see were people getting up to go to the toilet.
What is your mother doing talking to them?
I think she's gone to borrow a magazine.
What's wrong with the magazine she's got?
They're in Chinese. What do you think's wrong with them? She's read them.
All right, I only asked.
Here we are. Alan Titmarch. It's a gardener, isn't it? I like him. I'll have a look at this one, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, he's lovely, isn't he? I'd let him dig my garden any day.
Perhaps you'd like to come up and have a good old rummage through Jaqueline's Jilly Coopers. Loosen up.
Oh, aye. I might take you up on that. It'd be nice to have a civilised conversation for a change. I'm a widower, so I don't get much these days.
Oh, we can soon put that right, can't we?
Oh, yes.
Nah, so glad you made it. Thought for a minute you'd had cold feet.
Cold feet? No. One of my daughters has got flat feet. She's been off work a year with them.
Now, what would you like to drink?
Oh, whatever's going.
Go through, go through. I think Jaqueline started without us.
Well, where do you want me to put this book?
Go through, go through.
Right. Oh! Jesus Christ.
Everything okay?
Let me out. Let me out of here.
Oh dear, I think there's been a slight misunderstanding.
Slight misunderstanding. I should have known when I read that mucky garden book. Bloody pervert.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Madge.
Let me out.
I think we've been talking at cross purposes. Oh, dear.
So sorry, Madge.
You've been locked up, the pair of you. I've never seen anything like it.
You can't knock a coconut down every time. Tea?
Oh, yes.
Madge, I just wanted to say I'm really terribly sorry about what happened. We must have got our wires crossed at some point.
Wires crossed. I should sue. I'm scarred for life after what I've seen.
Oh, we're terribly sorry. We misjudged the situation.
Disgusting perverts, the pair of you. You should be locked up.
We hope you won't be offended, but we've brought you these cigarettes by way of an apology. Would you accept them?
Oh, well. Well, I suppose it's a mistake anybody could make.
Absolutely. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings.
Have a lovely evening.
I can't tell you how much this means to me. And I know this can't be an easy thing to do, considering the circumstances.
On the contrary, it's a pleasure. One of the few CDs that I had in prison was that of the Irish tenor, Joseph Locke. Jaqueline and I had the good fortune to have met him in the 70s, didn't we?
Oh, yes. Great pair of lungs on him.
My favourite song of his has always been, "If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain." I'd listen to that while lying on my top bunk after a particularly nasty beating from Mr. Big.
A most poignant epigram, and one I shall certainly remember in my role as British consul.
Hello, Donny. We've been searching high and low for you.
Lenny, I mean Mr. Chapman. What on earth are you doing here? I thought you still had 2 years to serve.
Between you and me, Donny, I find serving a full sentence terribly inconvenient. It really interferes with my social life. Trouble is, every other time I've escaped from prison, I've stayed in the UK. I like my home comforts, and they've always tracked me down. So then I thought, I know, come to Spain. And where best to settle down in? They're my little Donny's favourite all-inclusive. And of course, I'll still get my own comforts, because Donny knows how to look after me. Don't you? Hope you booked them 2 weeks like you said. Neville and I would hate to have to get our own drinks around the pool.
What's that?
That is Lenny Chapman, armed robber, grand larcenist, and professional giver of misery and pain. Also known as Mr. Big.
Oh, no!
Excuse me, miss. Miss?
Great party last night. Oh, it's been ages since I had a good boogie.
Yes, your naked conga was certainly an icebreaker.
The human centipede works every time.
Well, it's a shame the Costa Blanca citizen doesn't share your enthusiasm.
Oh, dear.
Under the new management of Joyce Thimble Savage, I ask you, the Solana is fast developing a reputation as the faulty towers of the Costa Blanca. Injured guests, broken rooms and sordid pool parties are showing Benidorm in the worst possible light.
Well, we've been coming for over 20 years and we've always been fully satisfied, haven't we, darling?
Oh, yes. At least once a day.
This is a disaster. One more foul up, I could lose my job.
Well, if there's anything we can do to release the pressure a little, just let us know.
It's Mr. and Mrs. Stewart, isn't it?
Donald and Jaqueline, please.
Can I rely on your discretion?
Absolutely. We never kiss and tell.
Would you mind coming to my personal quarters after breakfast? I've got something in mind that I'd quite like to try out.
I think we'd find that most agreeable.
We did have you pegged as someone who was curious.
I'm more than curious. Make sure you're not followed. Walls have ears.
See? I told you she was one of us.
That last is worthy of the name all-inclusive.
I'm glad we spruced up for the occasion. She's obviously got high standards.
She's a classy lady, all right. You don't get to serve in first class without a certain amount of grooming.
Do you think she'll mind poking back through the curtains into economy?
Only one way to find out.
Please take a seat.
Oh, have we come at a bad time?
What do you mean?
Well, all the mess.
What mess? Oh, right. Should we get straight down to business?
Good idea.
Oh, yes. Do you want to start with Donald? And I'll join in when I see an opening.
No. I'd like to involve you both from the off, if you're amenable.
Absolutely. May as well grasp the nettle with both hands.
The fact is, since I arrived here, I've had nothing but bad publicity, from the local press to the internet forums. Articles such as these have been impairing my plan to turn the complex around. The point is, I am being deliberately undermined, and I am determined to crack down on the culprit with all my might.
Do you think this is a role play?
I'm not sure.
As you'll see from the cuttings, the citizen seems very well informed about our misfortune, and they all quote a Solana insider as being the source.
You think you have a mole?
Exactly. And I want you to help me smoke them all out.
Oh, I wouldn't use smoke. They do laser removal nowadays.
I've had a flick through the personnel files, and I've come up with these suspects. Mateo Castellanos works mainly in the well, I say works. He's typically Spanish. If it isn't siesta or fiesta, he's not interested.
We're familiar with him from previous visits. Nasty piece of work.
Les Conroy, a.k.a. Leslie, possibly in league with his son Liam.
Go on.
Kenneth Dubeck runs the Solana salon, now unfortunately known as Blow and Go. We've clashed from day one, and I suspect it's personal with him. But he seems immune to my many charms. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Which, needless to say, wouldn't be very far.
Is she ever going to take her clothes off? Oh, I'm losing the will to live.
Shh. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to gather intelligence on the four of them, shouldn't take long in his case, and help me to finger the mole once and for all.
We don't really approve of using animals. Ever since that incident with Big Donna's guinea pig and the cling film.
I'll handle this, Jaqueline, thank you. I can tell you now, we're not interested. Kenneth is a close personal friend of ours, and if you think we're about to go snooping around...
I can offer you a 3 weeks holiday next year, plus €200 spending money.
We're in.
Mr. and Mrs. Stewart!
Hello, darling.
Kelly, how are you?
Oh, I'm really well, thanks.
I thought you'd left.
Yeah, I have. I work in a bar in the Old Town now.
So what brings you here?
Well, my mum's staying here for a couple of days.
Look, I'll send someone up to try and fix it. It's 2:04, isn't it?
Yeah, after all the trouble with Matteo last year, she thinks she needs to look after me.
Well, if she's got half your charm, I can't wait to meet her.
Oh, it's so lovely to see you.
Is this the dirty bastard? I'll kick your fat ass into the middle of next week. You should be locked up. You're old enough to be a father.
Mum, what are you doing? This is Mr. Stewart. He's here on holiday.
Oh, yeah. Thought he looked a bit pasty for a Spaniard.
This is my mum, Sylvia.
Pleasure to meet you, Sylvia. I'm Donald. This is my wife, Jaqueline.
My condolences.
Don't worry. I always used to keep an eye on Kelly when she worked here.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Mum.
Right, where's the bar? I hope this room's got air conditioning, because I'm sweating like a pig on heat.
I'm sorry about that. She's really protective.
And so she should be.
Matteo! Room 204. See if you can fix the bed.
Kelly, you are back. I have thought about nothing but you since you left me.
It's really nice to see you, Mr. Stewart. Mrs. Stewart. I'll see you later.
Kelly, I have been counting the days until I...
Save your breath, sunshine. You had your chance and you blew it. Now, I think I'll accompany you while you fix this bed. I don't want your sticky fingers going through my wife's drawers.
You are not the only one.
So, what time is your mum due here?
Not sure, sometime today.
Oh, I wish my mum was still alive. She was a magician's assistant and drowned in something called the Chinese water torture cell.
Now, why does that not surprise me?
Is she staying for the rest of the week?
No idea. I tried calling her, but her phone switched off.
Well, remember, if you boys want to go out clubbing, Jaqueline and I will be very happy to look after her. There's a cracking free bingo night over the road.
That's very kind, but probably not necessary.
Dorothy, Gavin's mum, had him when she was young. Very young. More like brother and sister, really.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Blimey, will you get a load of that? We may not be available to take your mum to the bingo if our friend in the white dress swings our way, if you know what I mean. What do you say, Jaqueline?
Oh, yeah.
Gavin! Oh! Come here, Troy, give us a kiss. Oh, look at the pair here. You look gorgeous.
Donald, Jaqueline, this is Dorothy, my mother.
Hello. Hello, love.
So it's just a flying visit, then?
Yeah, I've got a friend who's a pilot and he was coming to Alicante, so I thought, why not? I do like to keep my eye on me baby, don't I?
So, are you Gavin's real mum? Because you look about the same age.
None taken.
Oh, we've been through a lot together these past 2 years, haven't we, babe?
Right. And you've obviously coped a lot better than Gavin.
Sorry, you do realise you're saying these things out loud, don't you?
Dad said he's running late. He's going to catch up with us later.
How come?
Oh, he just said something had popped up. Listen, Mick, I've got plenty of cash down here in my bum bag, so I don't want you paying for everything, all right? Don't want any more arguments about money.
Dad, can I have a shandy?
No.
Why? Uncle Pete said I could.
Yeah, maybe just a rum cocktail or something. Help him get in the party mood.
Let's just get going. The sooner we start, the sooner we finish.
Hello, boys!
Hey!
Well, aren't we in for a fun-filled night?
Sorry, are you...
I invited Don along when he helped us through the edge. Fancy dress was his idea, actually.
When you're with a stag party in fancy dress, you often get the first drink for free!
Yeah, well, that figures.
Great costume.
Thank you. I've never really been into drag before, but recently I served some time at Her Majesty's pleasure, and I was dismayed at the meagre amounts of food we were given. Luckily, I became Mr. Big's prison and watched my portions practically double overnight.
I'd be going there for a minute.
Are you here for the fancy dress party?
It's not a fancy dress party, it's a stag night.
Oh, because Michael said it'd be all right if I came along with you. It's my night off tonight.
Can you, Dad, please? I want someone more my age.
Of course you can. The more the merrier. Costume not arrive?
Oh, this is it? My dad said to say I'm a premature ejaculation. I've just come in my pants.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Can we just go now, please?
You bitch.
This town isn't big enough for the both of us, Donald. I think you'll find there's only one of us here as the figure for this dress.
Kenneth, you look wonderful.
I'm Pete. Pleased to meet you.
Rita Hayworth, miss. I hope you don't mind. I heard you hitting the town tonight, and you know what they say? Every stag needs a bit of drag.
I'll second that.
I said drag, not slag. Right, let's go and paint this town scarlet.
Go. You get yourself sat in the sun while Martin checks you in.
I must admit, we were surprised to see you back here. If it were me who'd picked up that in the pool last year, I don't think I'd have come back. Oh, I can be a bit queasy about things like that. Can't I, Donald?
Very sensitive woman, my Jaqueline.
No, I take my hat off to you. There's not many people I know can stand waist-high in water looking at a floating poo.
Shows real depth of character.
Oh, yes. Oh, and then there was all that bother about you sleeping with the barman as well, wasn't there?
That's right.
Well, I say sleeping with him. We heard it was only a quickie in the afternoon, but you know how people gossip.
Are you okay?
I feel slightly faint.
Oh, that'll be the heat. Can we get you a drink?
They do a very good Harvey floor banger. Yeah.
Joyce Temple Savage, your Solana manageress again. Just letting you know that due to hygiene reasons, Solana guests who are still waiting on their lost luggage and consequently have had no change of clothes since the early hours of this morning are not permitted to use the pool. Also, the large lady with the blotchy arms and long, dark, greasy hair, please keep to swimming with her head out of the water. We have enough drainage problems as it is. Gracias for your indulgence.
Right. I'm not standing for this. Where are you going? I'm off to shove this plinky-plonky music right up Joyce Temple Savage's ass.
Oh, heck. 3 down. Highest male singing voice, 12 letters.
Dale Winton.
Not enough letters.
Chris Biggins.
Oh, yes.
What the frig is this you've got playing?
This is Liebestraum.
Not for me, thank you, love. I'm just trying to get this shit music turned off. Oi!
I'm sorry, do you have a problem?
Yeah, but not as much of a problem as you if you don't turn this bloody racket off.
Classical music has been clinically proven to de-stress, minimise crime and reduce staff assaults by up to 25%.
Reduce staff assaults? Where was your last job? Bloody Alcatraz?
I'm sure if you go and lie on your sunbed and soak up the atmosphere, you'll realise just how relaxed and comfortable classical music can make you feel.
And I'm sure if you don't turn this music off, you'll realise how uncomfortable a fat lip can make you feel. What's this music you're playing? It's doing everybody's head in.
Well, I think it's rather fine. Well, I mean, it does start to grate after a while.
Well, there's only one way to decide this. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Pack it in with that bloody announcement.
My God, Jaqueline, are you all right?
Oh, yes.
I think they are.